When do you drop the E when adding a suffix? Why does hoping drop the E, but noticeable keeps it? There's a rule behind it. Knowing why the silent final E is there helps us to understand whether we keep the E or drop the E when we add suffixes. And it can save you from some of the trickiest spelling mistakes. I'm sharing 31 spelling rules for 31 days that explain English spelling. This is day 13, rule number 13. Drop the silent final E when adding a vowel suffix, only if it is allowed by other spelling rules. If you're wondering, what spelling rules? We have 31 spelling rules that explain English spelling. You can view them on our website or you can go to our profile to check out the other rules. Back to the rule. When you add a suffix to a word that has a silent final E, the big question is, do you keep the E or do you drop the E? First question we ask ourselves is, are we adding a vowel suffix? A vowel suffix is a letter or a group of letters that start with a vowel and is added to the end of a word. So for example, hoping or jumped has a vowel suffix. The second question is dropping the E allowed by other spelling rules? We'll get to that in just a second. If both answers are yes, drop the E. But if either answer is no, keep the E. Remember, the answer to both questions has to be yes. For example, vowel suffixes sometimes let the E go, but you must check other rules. For example, C always says before E, I, or Y. And G may soften to J only before E, I, or Y. Don't forget that one of final E's jobs is to soften C and G. So here are some examples of when a vowel suffix is added to a word, but the E is kept to keep C or G soft. Noticeable keeps the E because the C would harden if we took the E out. Chargeable keeps the E because the G would harden if the E was taken out. So if a vowel suffix is being added to a word and it's allowed by other rules, the E is dropped, like in liking, hoping, noticing, and charging. When you're adding a consonant suffix, which is a suffix that starts with a consonant, you always keep the E. Such as the word likely, it keeps the E because the suffix starts with a consonant. This rule works for tens of thousands of English words. But there are a few rare outliers. Here are a few examples of rare exceptions. Mileage keeps the E to make the I long. Or in dying, it keeps the E to avoid confusing it with the homophone, dying. So the next time you add a suffix to a word with a silent final E, ask yourself, does the suffix start with a vowel? And does dropping the E break any spelling rules? Follow this and even tricky words start to make sense. Stay tuned for more spelling rules.